Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on we mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on we mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
11.
Stroud looking to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bucs are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
In motion right, that's Wilson. And Stroud now to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
South.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing now is Stroud. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now Willis to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And some room to maneuver, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Robbie. Hey.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Stroud. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field. Up past the 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Back to throw, Willis. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
You look at this Carolina defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
33 yards that time. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
From the 15 now after the sack. It's third and goal.
Tony.
Here's Stroud.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Dawson Knox halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And they are able to add on to their advantage. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They go play action with Willis.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 9. Stroud sets up the play action.
It's complete to Hopkins. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now third down and 6 to go.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Stroud.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Play action, Willis. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Willis looking to throw it.
He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this...
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Garrett Wilson, 70 yards. And the Bucs are once again back in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This 2nd and 4. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. Achane on the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Willis out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's got room to roam, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point attempt to come here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Willis. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Here we go, check. Check. Pass to the left. Read.
In motion, the tight end.
To throw, here's Willis.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Willis looking to throw it.
Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, but to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Willis with a quick throw out wide.
They find some open field here. There he goes, left side.
He may go.
Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 70 yards.
And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Look the hot, look the hot.
Looking to throw. Stroud. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw. Stroud.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
No.
At the 36-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here goes Stroud again. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
His first touchdown of the new season.
and the Buccaneers have taken the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Second and a couple. Play fake. Here's Willis. He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now Willis. They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Back to throw, Willis.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he could pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, back to Achane.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Devon Achane, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game, 31-31.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And Stroud now to throw. Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right. Hey, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars, Uno Mars. Why Tony? Tony.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Stroud completes this out wide.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Stroud to throw it.
That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Here we go, let's go. Two jet. Good.
Quick throw by Stroud, complete out wide.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
All right.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Going right back to Wilson.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Here we go.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
To Mixon on the check down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Joe Mixon.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Point after here coming up. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Back to throw, Willis.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Here's 2nd down and 3. They go play action with Willis.
He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
52 yards.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
To throw with Stroud.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. Now Willis. He's got to complete to Waddle. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Here's Willis.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's able to clock it with time remaining. And now they'll have a shot at a long field goal that is going to decide this game.
So all eyes now on Tyler Bass.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This a long one from 54. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Panthers have won the football game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Carolina, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.